Let's welcome on board Mr. Arun Chittilappilly as well, the MD at Wanderla Holidays, joining us to talk to us about how their business is actually panning out. Arun, hi, good to have you on the show. Of course, the footfalls in the last few months have been good, but given the fact it's World Cup fever now and a lot of festivities also coming in, how do you think the next couple of months are likely to pan out? Is there going to be a dip on account of World Cup? Is that something you have seen historically?
Thanks for having me on the show, first of all. Yeah, so the Q3 for us has always been a strong quarter, and from past experience, we've not really seen much impact of World Cup on our footfalls per se. In fact, we do get people who come to our parks and enjoy the World Cup there, post having fun in the park and then staying back for to watch the match on a big screen. So those kind of things do happen, and this year we are planning to do more of that. And so it's not really a big concern for us, we're hoping that it will actually add to the whole the holiday mood for people, and that people will want to go out and spend more, and which will obviously affect us positively.
Sure. So Arun, given you're not expecting any slowdown, talk to me about the growth rate that you're expecting in terms of footfall, since Q3 is usually strong. What kind of growth rate do you envisage?
See, last year we had a tremendous growth, so we are not expecting a huge growth on top of that. We are expecting a annual footfall growth of about 5% for this year. But having said that, we are expecting revenues to be on the upside much higher, because we have taken much higher price hikes, and our ARPU and the non-ticket revenues are also seeing huge growth. So because of that, I think we should be doing better than last year for sure.
Arun, what about your Odisha expansion? I understand that you've signed the agreement with the government of Odisha. Is the land acquisition done? Is the land with you? And usually, how's the timeline? How much time would you take to set up this amusement park? Which quarter are we talking about the financials to start reflecting?
So the land acquisition for Orisa was done long back. In fact, we got it last June, so almost a year back, more than a year back. We've actually started work on this project since April 2023, and we will be completing it by October 2024. Between October and December 2024, you can expect this park to come on stream, which will be one of the fastest executions ever for an amusement park that we have done. That we are, this is a new experiment for us, and I think Wanderla has this unique capability of building our own, designing and building our own parks, and this will be one of the fastest ever executions for a project of this size, and we are hoping to showcase that to the world next year. Yes,
that's interesting. Yes, I'm aware that engineering prowess is something as a group you guys take a lot of pride in. I want to understand how would be the break-even point for this particular project. How much time would you take to recover all your investment out there?
So the Orisa project is also unique in the sense that this is the first time we are doing a very asset-light model. Our full-fledged parks, carry an investment of over 300 to 400 crores, and so it's a very heavy balance sheet item. So our endeavor in Orisa has been to see how we can make it as asset light as possible, and so consequently our investment is under 150 crores, so which is it's a phenomenal price for a big amusement park, including roller coasters and water park and everything, and we are able to do it under 150 crores. So that's the goal that we've set ourselves. Because of that, we should be able to do strong, in terms of EBITDA and the payback periods. It should be positive for us. We hope that this park will be EBITDA positive from year one itself, and it will pay back fully within 6 to 7 years. So that's
the other thing I want to understand, Arun, is that one is your footfalls, which is actually the money you get from rides, etc. But are you also aiming at improving the mix of your revenue from your new facilities? Is hospitality becoming, or you're aiming at making it a bigger piece? Are people staying back overnight or for 2 days? And even food and beverages and all of that, this entire part is now becoming more meaningful as an overall spend happening?
Yeah, sure. So, if you look at our footfalls and non-ticket revenue from, let's say, pre-COVID, more than 85% of the revenues used to come from footfalls, and only 15% came from non-ticket revenues and resorts and all those things. Now that is, we are at about 75-25, which is 75% from tickets and 25% from non-tickets. So we hope to take that to like 70-30 in the next couple of years, and eventually to 60-40, which is what the global numbers are for our industry. So I think we are well on our way to get to that point, and we are happy to say that our non-ticket revenues have consistently been growing faster than ticket revenues for the last couple of years. So that's a good trend.
Given the mix of both the F&B spend going higher and the pricing upticks that you have taken, what kind of growth are you expecting in average revenue per user? Is it going to be, let's say, 15-20% for this year? And secondly, I understand that you're looking also at expanding into other areas like Gujarat, Punjab, Goa as well, MP. Any developments there of new parks coming up?
So this year we've taken a roughly 15-20% hike in our ARPUs, is what we are planning. I mean, we are hoping to see. That's what we're going to see for the coming year. For Q1, we've seen a 25% growth in ARPU, because that's also the highest spending quarter for us, and where we have the highest retail footfalls. Now that ARPU growth will come down in Q2 and then again go up in Q3 and maybe again come down in Q4, depending on the mix of customers that we get. Because in Q3 and Q4 we get a higher mix of group sales where the ARPUs are a little lower. But having said that, our ARPU should be stronger than last year, and that should help us get good revenue growth as well, even if the footfalls don't grow too much.
It's interesting, Arun. On that note, we let you go. Appreciate you joining us on the show and talking to us about how the footfalls are panning out. So far, the World Cup, of course, haven't had an impact, and historically as well, they are talking about not a big impact.